Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a binder update, all in the chapter 2 sections. I have a few minor updates for face, and then the rest will all just be setting up my D-Day setup. It's finally happening after I've been saying I was going to put it away for months now. It is finally happening. I quite literally have so many cards for D-Day. These are all of my D-Day cards. So we have a lot to get to today, and these bigger inclusions, and like I said, a few face things as well. Also, deep apologies. If you have not watched my last haul video, then you don't know that my current setup is this table because I'm not where I normally am for the summer. So apologies that this table is really scuffed up and stuff. It's not dirt, I promise. It's just table scuffs. And I don't have my like blue cloth here with me to make the background look nicer. So definitely apologies there. This is gonna be the background for a few more videos of mine this summer. And then also the lighting in this place is just really weird. So I know this is probably an annoying shadow, but it's the only way that I can stop bright flashing up against the sleeves. So I hope this looks okay and I hope it's tolerable because it's all I can do right now to deal with the kind of weird setup I'm in. So anyway, let's get started. Like I said, I have a few face updates, mainly just the last broadcast card I was looking for, and then also the knit sweater card. I also wanted to show, because I don't normally show things like this on my channel, but this is my signed copy of Face that I got recently. I posted about it on my Instagram, but I wanted to show it on here as well, just so you could see it and know that it is also part of the Face collection. It just obviously is not put in the binder with everything else. I am going to get a better wrap for it. I think I'm actually more interested in trying to find like a custom acrylic case, because I'd like to sit it upright and have it completely protected outside of this bag. But for now, where I currently am, this bag is going to suffice, but I'm definitely going to make it look nicer once I am home again. So yes, here it is. I just wanted to show you that it joined my collection, and I'm really excited to have that piece. Anyway, though, we are starting on this page. As you can see, the remaining broadcast card for Face did come in the mail. So here he is. That is what the back looks like for this one. And as you can tell, it is very close to some of the Japan lucky draws and also the Korean lucky draws as well. But that completes this page for me, and it's my starter page for Face. So unless there is a vinyl PC that gets released, my collection is currently done for Face, so that's exciting. But it does leave me a question of where do I put this knit card? And I think for now, just because I don't have my fuse tool with me or all of my sleeve options and stuff, that I'm just going to put it behind my postcards. I don't think I want to keep it here because I don't really like this idea and how it looks. But for now, just so I can keep the cards safe, I'm gonna put it here back behind this one. For now, and the rest of the summer, that is going to suffice because I just don't really have a spot for it. I haven't been able to decide if I want to keep that merch stuff, that 8 pocket page size stuff, in the chapter 2 stuff, or if I should put it in my greater merch collection. Pretend that does not look that crooked. That's fine for now. Like I said, it's not gonna stay there. I think I could potentially put it in my A5 merch binder, particularly if we get more 8 pocket size things for chapter 2 that are all merch related. Maybe it'll just make sense to put those in an A5 and separate them from the greater chapter 2 collection. I'm not entirely sure, but for now he's going to live there because most of Yoongi's 8 pocket page stuff I have a place for or I didn't collect. So I can't figure out what to do yet. I think I'm gonna just have to see as more things get released. But anyway, now we can turn our attention to D-Day. So this is the opener page. It's one of the posters cut down, and then this starts our section. And as you can see, we have a lot of pages planned out because there was a lot for D-Day. So I did not collect everything. I collected select things, which you will see now. I'm still waiting on a few things, and of course his Seoul concerts will most definitely have new merch. So I do believe that this section is subject to change, and there's probably still things that I'm gonna pick up. Could be most likely a vinyl PC. So things aren't completely set in stone yet, but this is what I've come up with for right now. So starting off, I wanted to start with the postcard postcards, because traditionally in my album binders, I do like to put larger inclusions in front of the 9-pocket album page cards. So that's what I'm gonna do for D-Day. Here they are. I'm honestly pretty not happy with the way that these are set up now, but as I said previously, I don't have my fuse tool around me, so I am not able to make well-fitting sleeves or pages currently. So this will have to do, but I do imagine that I'm going to be changing some layouts around, because once I have my ability to make custom sleeves and pages again, I definitely want to experiment with different setups. But for now, that is how I'm going to start. And then I have the UMS postcard on the back. Also not my favorite solution to this situation again, but like I said, my options are pretty limited with what I'm working with. So now we can get into all of the photo cards. Like I said, this entire box is filled with my D-Day cards, starting with, this is going to, similar to how I did for face, essentially be a pre-order benefit page between Japan and Weverse Global. So let me pull all of these out. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I really did struggle with my D-Day setups. I said this before if you watched my last video, but I don't think I have ever struggled so much than with this D-Day setup to find a layout that I really like, which has been endlessly frustrating. I think it's just because there's a lot of combination of concept cards and non-concept, more selfie cards. And there are enough overlaps between the concepts that sometimes it looks strange to have things next to each other or farther apart, depending on how you're laying out. And then obviously there's also a lot of diversity of shots and his distance away from the camera. They're not all selfies, so you get things like this or like this, but then you get super close images of him too. And I feel like in general, it's just been very difficult for me to figure out what I want to do. On top of that, there's a lot more cards than what we're used to. Obviously for face, the Target exclusives were postcards, they weren't photo cards, but this time around they were photo cards, so that was just another layer of it all. So I have a lot of pre-order benefits, as you can see. I don't have a place for the Walmart PC. This is the Walmart PC. It's not my favorite amongst the bunch, so what I'm going to do with him is I'm going to put him here. He might get moved eventually, but for now, I didn't think he really fit on this page. This page I'm pretty happy with. I think it looks nice, but I don't have 10 spots. So I'm going to put him on the back of this, but this is the US exclusive card. This is one of the random pre-order benefits for Global. This is a Japan POB. This is the Target exclusive. This is the UMS POB, I believe. Another Japan POB. The early bird global POBs that were random. And then this is the other global POB. So these were the 1 of 2, and then these were the 1 of 2 early bird. And that is my first page. I like that I have the sweater in the 4 spots, and then these and these I think look nice at the end. So that was the best I could come up with for the POB page. And now I know you've seen the thumbnail of this video and you're probably like, well, where is it? Like, let us see them all. Hold please. Yes, I did collect the Scar card, the Target US exclusive, 9 times. And while I put it away, I'll tell you, how did we get here? Essentially, my friend and I went to Target the morning of the release. And you know, with Target, they're not known for shuffling a lot. A lot of times you could buy 2 Target albums of a lot of groups and you're gonna pull the exact same randomized set of cards. I feel like this happens a lot when my friends and I will buy AT's albums. Obviously those kind of albums will come with like 3 different versions of photo cards in an album version, and then we all pull the same 3 because they were not shuffled from the Target warehouse. Even if you buy online from Target and have it shipped to you, I think they get shipped from the same place. So often those will end up being the same as well. So it's a store problem and it's an order problem. But in this situation, it wasn't, because we had placed an order for pickup online, because you never know the kind of stock your local Target will have. At least I don't know the stock that my local Target will have, so I wanted to make sure that I at least got one. But obviously you can't request version type on Target.com. So we didn't do 2 for fear that they would give us like 2 of version 1 or 2 of version 2. And so we were like, let's at least reserve 1 and then we will go to pick up the other version that we didn't get. So we go in there and I think we end up getting 4 each or something. And we essentially almost exclusively pull the SCAR card. And so we're like opening them in the parking lot. We're like looking at each other and we're like, do we go back and buy more? Because it's likely that the SCAR card is going to be the main puller from that specific Target that we were at. And I was like, you know what? I want to help Yoongi on the charts. I always try to buy from Target to help. It's good for helping sales in the US. And so I was like, I'm going to buy this 10 times today, and hopefully I will pull enough to help me get the SCAR card. I traded 1 with my friend and then I traded 1 with McKinley, and all other 7 I pulled myself. So yeah, that is how I ended up with 9 SCAR cards. It's obviously a really good card. So I also just liked it for that feature. And I was just like, if I am going to duplicate collect any card for Yoongi. So that is how I got to this ridiculous page of 9 pocket SCAR card from the US Target exclusive. But like I said, it was an informed risk because I know what Target's like. I know they don't shuffle their stuff. And after we had majority pulled the SCAR card, I thought it was a pretty good bet that if I bought some more, they were mostly going to be the SCAR card. And I was right. Like I said, like 7 of these are my pulls. There were a few of this card in the bunch, but there wasn't a ton. Our store majorly almost only had the SCAR card. So I was like, I want to help support him on the charts. I want the SCAR card. So it was kind of a perfect storm. And that's how I ended up with this ridiculous 9 pocket page. Anyway, moving on. That really did remind me though of just how fun it is on release day. I am super looking forward to the next actual formal release we get. Obviously 7 is a digital release, but they did say more coming soon. So I can't help to hope that it will be quick until we can have another very fun release day again, kind of chasing things around all of the store exclusive cards. Okay, and next, now that we've done the POBs, we're just going to do the standard album page now with the 2 versions and then the Weverse albums as well. And then the center, I'm going to put the PVC card because obviously that came with the album as well. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Obviously we have 7 coming out. I will say I know this video is going to come out the day that 7 comes out. So I hope we are all really enjoying it and streaming it and getting to watch him on GMA and all that kind of fun and exciting stuff. And maybe we'll be getting an announcement soon. But just for the record, the reason I'm not commenting on it is just because it hasn't been released yet. It's actually Sunday, July 9th. So it is Army Day today. So it's fun to be filming this video right now. Happy Army Day to everyone. I honestly will just get emotional talking about it. But yeah, it's a special day. Obviously the book released today too. I went to Target earlier this morning and picked up a copy. I also ordered a copy from Korea, like one of the Korean bookstores, so I could get the photocard set as well. So I'm looking for that once I finally forward my caddy package. My caddy package right now has just been collecting things over the course of 2 months now, and it's going to continue to collect things for another month because I can't forward it right now. So because of that, it is going to be one of the more exciting caddy packages I've had in a while, I gotta say, because I normally don't let stuff build up this as much, but I have let quite a bit of stuff build up, so I'm really looking forward to that. And the book and the photo cards will be in that package as well. And so yeah, I'm just really proud of BTS, and I haven't had a chance to read the book yet because I just got back from Target and then had to film this. So I plan to read it tonight and over the next week and stuff. And I've seen some snippets on Twitter. I'm not a person who really cares about spoilers on release day, of course. If it's before release day, I don't engage. But if it's the actual release day of something, I'm not one who particularly cares about spoilers. So I've seen some snippets and I'm just really excited to read the book. So happy Army Day, everyone, or happy belated Army Day, everyone. And also happy 7 release day when I will be uploading this video. So as you can see, we we have, I believe this is version 1, this is the non-random. These are the 2 Weverse albums, and then this is version 2 with the non-random. And then that's the PVC card. My friends and I do like a mini go, and by a mini go, there's 3 of us. And only 2 of us bought a few multiples, but I'd say we had about 8 or so Weverse albums to open, and we only pulled this card. It was so annoying because I feel like I've been getting pretty lucky lately with Weverse shuffling the pobs and like being able to get everyone one of everything with the Weverse albums and the album cards and the pobs and the early bird pobs. I feel like I've been really lucky being able to pull that off for people. So this was super annoying. We pulled this card 8 times or something, and then this card 0, so I did have to trade for this card, but it's okay, he's here now. And this is one of the cutest cards ever, like with his little tie and stuff, but I was just like, why did you not shuffle? Everyone in my group order, we only pulled this card, so it is what it is. But I'm happy that they are both home now, and I think I'm okay with this setup of the page. I'm not entirely obsessed with it. I feel like because there's a big difference happening with hair length and hairstyle, outfit, coloring of the cards is different, and then also just vibe is different, I feel like, for a lot of these cards. So I think I like it like this. I think this is what makes the most sense, but I still question it every now and then. But like, this makes the most sense, I'm pretty sure, just because it's all the album cards, the Weverse, and then also the PVC, which obviously was a card that came with the album during that specific order period. So for now, I think it looks good. I think I just get a little frustrated by it because it doesn't look quite how I want it to look, and I think I just need to get over it. I'm curious to see more people's D-Day setups, though I feel like I haven't seen a lot of D-Day setups, because I'm assuming since there are a lot of cards for this comeback, people are waiting, and then more things get announced, and then displays have to get changed around, so it's really hard to be showing off kind of a finalized version yet, just because there is frequently so many new cards getting announced. And if you happen to be collecting all of his stuff, I can imagine that it's difficult to settle on a setup because you don't know if those cards are going to make sense there the next several Photocard announcements from now. So yeah, I think that's why I haven't seen a lot of people's D-Day setups, but I am looking forward to it as well because I wouldn't mind some ideas. Like I said, I think I've gotten it to a place where it's good and I like it, and it's as good as it's probably going to get considering some of the competing factors that are going on with these concepts. But I'm always open to seeing people's ideas. What I'm putting away now are the Korean lucky draws from Power Station, MTU, and Soundwave. I really don't know which store is which. Apologies, but you know, it's always those 3 stores when it's BTS. As much as I would like to have that photo card be in the middle, I just don't think it makes sense, particularly because we have these 2 bright walls that also don't necessarily fit the vibe of these lucky draw backgrounds. So I feel like this is the only way that makes sense. So the concepts are like this, these bright walls are like this, and then everything else is more of your standard lucky draw kind of pose and look that you would see. And then obviously there has been quite a bit of lucky draw activity in Japan, and I have somewhat participated, somewhat not. This page though will definitely have the hollow PC lucky draws on it though, so do forgive the fillers, but these cards I don't have yet. I joined a go for these and I'm not entirely sure when they will be arriving to me, but I did join a go to get all 3 of the hollow PCs. And then my other plan is to get the Seoul venue cards. I really like those 3 cards. They're ones that I would like to add to my collection, and so I think that those will go on this page as well. And once they do, I think I'll put the venue cards on the top and bottom, and I'll put the hollow cards in the middle. These are the venue cards that I got. Well, I didn't really get them all myself because my stop when I was going through the merch line only had this card, so I bought 6 because that was the quantity limit. That was happening at Prudential during the time that I was going through the line. And so I got 6 of these cards. I was able to happily trade for this card on site with my friend who had also gone to the Long Island shows when they were only giving out this one on one of the days. So very happily, I'm very grateful that she traded that for me because that made it so much easier. And then I was eventually able to track down this card, which was the elusive one at Prudential, so I could complete my US venue lucky draw cards. That merch line, let me tell you, was an insane experience because I went to the Prudential one, like I said, and it rained all day long. And it wasn't a soft rain at all. It was a pretty hard rain. It was pouring all day. It didn't stop pouring until after we got out of the concert at night. I think that was the first time I had been outside that day and it hadn't been pouring. And I got in the merch line around like 5:15 a.m. Stood in it. We finally got in and through, I think before 1 p.m. and walked out and it was still pouring. So it was just like a very crazy weather day. It was stressful in that sense. And so I am happy that I was able to get this card in the merch line and so I could get all the other cards as well. But it was certainly very stressful. I think I was also able to get the lenticulars, the lanyard, and the crew neck. The one thing that I was not able to get that I did want to get was the US exclusive hoodie, and I don't think I'm gonna really go after that anymore. That was like the one US exclusive thing that I did want to get and was unable to get. So other than that though, it was a bad merch experience basically because of the weather. Prudential was lucky because they had more people working the booth than I had seen at future stops where those kind of merch trucks were there and there were only like 2 people to service all those crowds, which is crazy if you think about it. So yeah, there was a lot of good and bad, I think, when it came to merch lines on this tour. I've done a long merch line before. It was Permission to Dance in LA for those venue lucky draws as well, and that was also a pretty miserable experience because it was like 7 hours and it was getting progressively hotter and hotter. But I gotta say, the rain by far was the worst part. If it hadn't have been raining, it wouldn't have been nearly as bad, but it's okay. We made it through and we survived. We got most of what we needed to get, and it was certainly an experience one will not forget. Anyway, I'm hoping this page will be filled soon, but we will see. So this page then, if the previous page is more of a venue and lucky draw-esque page, this is probably the page that I am the least satisfied with. It's fairly chaotic. I am aware of what I'm putting on here, but I think when it's all on it, I don't really mind how it looks. I think it's just kind of a crazy combination of different kind of cards. But that is the problem that I keep saying, like with this D-Day release, is there's just not a lot of rhyme or reason to why some cards look the way they do, whether they're concepts or selfies or they're brighter or they're more muted in color. There's really no rhyme or reason to what's happening. So that is why this is my no rhyme or reason page. I like how all of these cards look together and they don't have anywhere better to go. So they are going here. So I will walk you through these cards now. This is the card holder card. This is the metallic card. These were both available on Global for just regular merch. I believe this was the D-Day merch, separate from the D-Day concert merch. I believe this was the standard D-Day merch. These are Japan Fan Club lucky draws. I really like these ones a lot. I liked them more than the UMS choices. So Japan Fan Club were the ones that I went with. I really liked this card. I am a big fan of concept cards when they look good, and I think these ones look really good. So I decided to put them in the middle because I don't have any room for them on this page. Since I did decide I was going to get the Seoul venue PCs, I think I initially thought I was going to put the lucky draws on this page, but because I'm going to get the Seoul venue PCs too, I am putting these on this page right now, and I'm fine with it. Like I said, it's a crazy page, but I do like how it looks. And then these are not official per se. They're the digital Weverse PCs, so McKinley printed them out for me and sent them to me, but they are on the templates, and these were photo cards released, albeit just digitally. So that's what those two are. And then this one is from the gift for buying the documentary, which I also have the tiny little film strip too. I just haven't figured out where I'm gonna put it yet. This inevitably will get filled. There are a lot of cards that I haven't necessarily collected and might pick up to fill in this one. The vinyl PC could go here, another venue card could go here, another lucky draw could go here, you never know. So I just have this one open for now, and we will see. I imagine there will be Soul merch, and so maybe there'll be another merch card too that I can put here as well. So I'm eager to see what they do for D-Day the final, or whatever they're calling it. I think it's the final. So that will definitely have its own merch, and this page can get moved and shifted around. But for now, I thought this was the best solution, though I do admit it is a pretty controversial sorting of different types of cards, but I like how it looks. I think nothing really stands out that bad, so not mad at this page, though I do recognize that it's a little silly. Moving away from 9-pocket photo cards, though, this is my postcard page. So these were postcard thingies that you got in the album. Yes, shock horror, I did trim these down a lot to be able to fit in the oversized 4-pocket Andy Jack pocket pages. I did have to cut them a lot, but as you can see from my scar card page, I bought D-Day quite a bit, so I have a lot still intact, and I was willing to sacrifice a few so I could set these up in here because I really like how they look. I think they're pretty cool inclusions in the album, and I definitely wanted them represented, so they all got snipped. Apologies if that's horrifying to you, but I do have a lot of D-Day album inclusions to mess around with, and so I'm excited that I got these into pocket pages. So this is what the front looks like, and then this is what the back looks like. I really am a big fan of it. And then last but not least, for this current amassment of D-Day cards, like I said, there will inevitably be more D-Day cards in this section, but last but not least for this video, I have the mini photo cards, and then also these were 2 merch cards. So this, I believe, was from the denim shirt that I am currently wearing, as you can see, and then this was from the lanyard, and then these, I'm really gonna try not to get them out of order because I meticulously ordered them and then front to backed them as well. So let me not mess this up any more than I have to. I'm also going to take out this page because these pages are pretty hard to use when they're already inside the binder. But I thought it would make the most sense, because there's only 6 per mini photo card set, to put these merch cards in the concept that was these, because obviously he's wearing the same outfit, same photo shoot, same styling, and I like how they look a lot. So that is what I'm going to do. I've seen some people contemplate if they're putting these in their regular concert and tour binders. I really went back and forth because obviously this is tour merch, so it would go in my tour binder, but it just doesn't feel like what I want to do. I don't think I want to put solo stuff in my OT7 tour binder. I think to me, it still makes the most sense to keep the solo stuff in its own section for the most part, because it just doesn't feel, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me putting it in my concert OT7 tour binder. I feel like it just makes sense here, at least in my collection. I just don't think I want to stick these at the end of my Permission to Dance photo cards, but I don't know. We'll see what happens as time goes on, but I like these here a lot now. And then this is the other concept as well. I thought it made more sense to just put them on the same page, and then these can kind of act as de facto fillers. There is that. I really love this concept. I was able to get the premium photo for this concept too once the merch was available on Weverse Global, which was very exciting for me because the premium photo was sold out also when I was going through the merch lines, at least in this concept, because it's obviously an extremely gorgeous premium photo. It's actually the only premium photo I own. I don't own any other premium photo except for this one from D-Day, so exciting to add that to my collection. But yeah, I did pick it up in the global merch stocked the first round. So I think that is the end of the D-Day merch that I have now, pending the holo cards and the Korean venue cards that I definitely plan to buy. I don't think I'm going to buy the Army Zone ones, at least right now. They are really cute. I just don't really have a place to put them. They could be something that I get down the road once I have to start readjusting and everything. But on whole, I did not plan to collect everything for D-Day in the first place. And the stuff that I have collected, I really like a lot. So I think I am happy with what I have amassed. And I'm just curious to see if anything else is going to get released that really piques my interest, because I'll definitely collect it if it's something that I really end up liking and stuff. But this wasn't one where I was like, I need to get like everything on the template. I wanted to be more specific about what I was buying, and I'm happy with what I ultimately ended up buying. So I'll do a little flip through for you right now. And that marks the end of the D-Day setup and also the end of today's video. I hope that we are all streaming 7 and having a good time with that release, and that, who knows, maybe there will be album news coming soon for JK or Namjoon or Tae or Jimin. Anyone who's really been up to stuff lately, it seems like there's a lot of possibilities of releases that could be happening. So know that I'm heavily anticipating it with you, even though it's only July 9th right now when I'm filming this. But I believe my next video is going to be another very large haul and Q&A, and then it'll be another binder update. And then after that video, I will be back reunited with my collection. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm still about 2 months out when I'm filming this now, but hopefully for you, it doesn't feel too long with the way that I have planned ahead with all of these videos and stuff. So I am very eagerly awaiting being reconnected with my collection, because these are really the only two active sections of my BTS collection that I brought, was Face and D-Day. So unless something album wise is going to get announced and have a lot of robust things to collect, I am basically all caught up on what I brought to actively collect for this summer. So I'm just absolutely so excited to get back to my regular full-size collection and move some things around and honestly refamiliarize myself with some of where it is. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how you set up for D-Day, if you also heavily struggled like I did, or if that was just a personal problem. I would love to know either way. You can subscribe if you want to see more content from me, and comment below if you would like to. Otherwise, I hope you're having a good day. Happy 7 release day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.
Get the hell out.